what's up, y'all? It's D about to react to this video by Janae Daniel. It's titled, Moms Are Regretting Their Children and It's Getting Dark. Oh, they being more open about it. Listen, this has been a thing. And I appreciate the honesty. I think the honesty should be broadcast a bit more, to be real, because a lot of people be thinking that, oh, parenting and motherhood is just smooth sailing and, oh, you got a baby, everything's perfect, I got my perfect family, and shit is sweet. But no, it's rough. I used to lurk on this Reddit called Regretful Parents. Listen, how like blunt they would get on that Reddit, my mouth would be on the floor. Like, they were really going into detail about, oh my God, my kid get on my nerves, I wish I never had kids, it was the worst decision I ever made. Like, it's crazy, and they be on there like venting. So it's very interesting, you know, getting that other perspective instead of just seeing parents on social media pretending that everything is rainbows and butterflies, because it's not. It's rough. It is rough. I'm not saying it's not worth it for some people. Some people do think it's worth it, and some people are happy being parents. Amazing. But I do think that both sides should be showcased so that people get a broader picture and a more realistic understanding of what parenthood entails, instead of just being like, oh look, everybody's having a great time, it's just perfect all the time, because that's what a lot of social media influencers depict through their content. So anyway, very interesting topic, but let's hear what she has to say and what she shows. Let's watch.
You can love your child but hate being a mom. I literally hate being a mom.
I don't enjoy being a mother. I take a shower, I gotta give him a shower. I buy me a shoe, I gotta buy him a shoe. I get ready in the morning, gotta get him ready in the morning. Gotta drop him off at school before I go to work. Gotta feed him, clothe him, bathe him.
You got 3 kids at 24 years old. You're getting ready to struggle. You're getting ready to cry.
This reminds me, so I have a relative, okay, who told me one day, we were drinking, and she was very honest, okay, she has 3 kids, and she was like, you know what, I'll be honest with you, I love my kids. I wouldn't trade them for anything now that they're here. But if I could do this all over again, I would have never had kids. And I was like, damn. I didn't even judge her. I was just like, that's so real to admit that, because most parents are embarrassed or ashamed to admit that. But that is how some people feel. You have to think about it. Parents are human. People expect them to be perfect and only have the most positive thoughts about their kids, but that's not real life. And you know, their experiences are really, really rough sometimes, and they just like, fuck, I didn't know I was gonna have to deal with all this. And they do feel regret at some point. So yeah, I honestly, I appreciate the realness, to be honest. I know that may be a hot take, and people will look at these parents and be like, oh my God, you're a horrible parent and da da da. Why would you put this on the internet? Your kid can see this one day. I will hope they will have the conversation with their kids and be open and honest with their kids as much as they are being on the internet. But I think this is helpful so that people get the full picture, you know? So I don't judge mothers like this, to be honest. I just don't.
Hey, it's me. It's not peaches and rainbows. This is hard. I would not wish this life on my worst enemy.
Listen to me when I say this. Do not have kids. I be wanting to give up.
And that's what my relative said to me, because before she said all that about how if I could, like, if I had a time machine, if I could go back, I wouldn't have these kids. She also said this, don't have kids, and I was like, girl, you ain't gotta tell me. I already know I'm good. I don't want that life. But yeah, she said the same thing. Don't have kids.
There was a point in time where every girl knew what came after school, after the wedding, and after everyone decided she was woman enough. Well, of course, it was a baby.
Women were marrying extremely young. The marriage age range for women was from around age 21 to age 24. And if you weren't married or engaged or even had an eligible suitor by age 25, some would even consider you an old maid. The goal for a lot of these women were to meet a well-to-do man, have children, and have a beautiful home.
When it came to a woman, it was normal for her to only be seen as a woman by her male-attracting and childbearing abilities.
So in the earlier colonial period, Anglo-Americans tended to think about women as being primarily defined by their relationships with their husbands. Obviously, childbearing was one of these marital relationships, but parental authority was generally understood to be in the hands of the fathers. So mothers were seen as important predominantly because of their ability to reproduce.
The goal was to settle down and prioritize everything in life that wasn't you.
Experts like noted pediatrician and author Dr. Benjamin Spock and popular advice columnist Ann Landers encouraged this homemaker image advising women to put their children and husbands first, even at the expense of their own needs.
And while this ideology may sound intense and borderline controlling, back in those days, having a child was the one step in life everyone was supposed to take.
In the creation of the family, man and woman fulfill those laws of nature whereby the human race ensures its continuity.
But today, we're uncovering how that one step, the step that pretty much defined womanhood, is now the very thing women are running away from.
The latest data from the CDC reveals the number of births last year dropped by 2%, with the general fertility rate also down 3%, a historic low.
Now, this video isn't going to be made up of me bashing women who prefer to be child-free. I'm also not encouraging y'all to go lay down and have some kids. You'll see why I'm so passionate about that later on. We're going to uncover this huge shift in motherhood that, trust me, gets a lot darker the deeper we go. Welcome to the Girl Talk You Didn't Know You Needed. Now, I'm not going to take y'all, this is your first time watching. Schools would teach home economic classes that would teach you about adulthood, but most importantly, motherhood.
Well, since you teach home ec, Miss Jenkins, could you tell me what I could learn in home ec that I can't learn at home?
Now, let's take a look at some of the courses you could take and see what might help you. Courses in child development help to prepare you for the task of guiding the child's physical, mental, and emotional development. Does that help answer your question, Janice?
Oh, I should say it does. Why, if anyone is going to be married and be a homemaker, it'd be foolish not to take home ec.
I may be the last generation that has experienced a home ec class. I vividly remember bringing those like toy baby dolls home that would wake me up at 3 a.m. in the morning. I also learned how to cook an egg in a plastic bag, but that's beyond the point. Even schools implanted the idea that young women, even before they graduate, should learn how to be a mother.
So I just scanned the bracelet and she wanted a bottle, so I'm feeding her. Feedings can take 25 minutes, unfortunately.
Well, I feel that the Real Care Baby system is good because it prepares you for the experience as a parent. It lets you know that you're not ready.
And we could look at it two ways. You could either see it as a smart, beneficial way to teach not only girls, but boys how to raise children. Teen pregnancy was peak around this time, so if they were creating the babies, might as well teach them how to raise them too.
Now to a disturbing story out of Gloucester, Massachusetts. There's been a dramatic increase in teenage pregnancies there, and authorities think they know why. Some say the high school girls planned it as part of a secret pact.
Or you could see it as a toxic societal way to push motherhood on young girls when they probably shouldn't have even been thinking about it, but maybe that's a bit too deep. I don't know.
What do you think of when you hear the words home economics? Do you imagine a high school class contributing to the continued oppression and subjugation of women? Or do you think of an innovative concept designed to help free women and allow for more equitable time and opportunities?
Moral of the story, home ec taught many people skills that you had no choice but to learn, including money management. And with home ec not even being taught in schools anymore, I depend on Rocket Money, the sponsor of today's exactly where your money is going.
Yeah,
it shows Rocket Money for sponsoring today's video. So the thing about all of this, I guess we could call conditioning, is that it didn't stay that way for long. As the world evolved and changed, so did women culturally. And while having children was still on a lot of women's to-do lists, it started leaving a lot of them with this unfulfilled feeling inside.
And with a new baby, that was all exciting too. But once we got into a routine looking after baby and everything, life became very lonely. And all I was doing was looking after the baby all day and not talking to a soul until my husband came home in the evening. And I felt very isolated.
Now, around this time, women weren't just openly regretting their children, okay? We'll get to that later. But a lot of mothers started feeling feelings that a lot of other mothers were too scared to say out loud.
I've been wanting to get sterilised for a while now. I've been asking since I was 19. And she said to me, oh, so why is it that you don't want to have them? And I said, oh, I feel like I've always known. I've never wanted to be a mother. She said, oh, well, that's not a good reason.
Then, to top it off, let's be real, the world got expensive.
Unfortunately, it's not getting any better. Prices keep rising. The last time inflation was this high was 1981.
Housing prices climbed, groceries doubled, and bills were stacking up. And instead of staying home with the babies, a lot of women would rather stay late at the office. Having a baby couldn't just be an emotional decision for some families anymore. With the way the economy was looking, it became a financial one.
A new report from the Brookings Institution, it finds the cost to raise a child from birth to high school is now $300,000.
And much like inflation itself, that cost is at a 4-decade high. It's only expected to increase over the next 10 years, too.
And if that wasn't enough, social media stepped in and ripped apart whatever fantasy was left for the first time, okay? Stepping away from the 50s and the 70s. In the 21st century, we weren't just seeing cute baby pictures and getting baby fever. A lot of sleepless nights and temper tantrums were getting recorded in 4K and posted online.
Somebody help me.
Are you about to jump out?
Oh my gosh.
Everything has gone so wrong these past couple days. I am really trying to prevent a crash out.
Women were giving their brutal, honest reviews of pregnancy.
This is the worst experience of my life. I'm sore as hell all the time. I'm sad.
You also have to think, because I know some people will be like, why would you get online and talk about this? Because they're desperate. Okay, you have to also think a lot of their mental health suffers. Okay, postpartum depression is very real. And, you know, some people just go online because it's like a cry for help. And it's just like, look, I don't know what else to do. I'm going to just record and post this shit. I need to get this out. I'm not saying it's the best route all the time. But, you know, that be people's mindset sometimes. And they're already not in the best mental state. So it's like, it makes sense that some people will post this type of shit online.
I'm getting fat as... My nose big as hell. I got hair growing in the middle of my titties. I never even had hair right there.
Leaving a lot of other women terrified and sitting this one out. So the tone towards motherhood shifted. And the more women shared their burnout, the more opting out seemed more reasonable.
I don't give a how cute a kid is. I don't want to. I gotta pay bills, cell phone bills, credit card bills. I gotta pay for expenses. I gotta pay for my own clothes. I gotta fend for my own life. So you think I want to bring life into this world and fend for another life?
And if people are gonna opt out of not having a baby, they're gonna do it very loud and proud. Now we're at this point of two extremes: the people who dream of having kids and the ones who treat them like the plague.
You cannot look at this and tell me that you don't have baby fever.
I absolutely can, so please get it away from me.
Okay, you ain't gotta do all that. Some people are trifling. That was unnecessary, girl.
It's like, I'm a mom, but like I hate kids. Like I can deal with my baby, but like other people's kids, I can't stand them. Get that bastard away from me. I saw him walking and talking right now. You gotta go to your daddy house, boo.
If I'm saying your kid's cute, like I'm lying to you. Sorry. I do not like children. I don't. To be fair, I don't have a child, but I
don't say I don't like children, but they're just not my favorite type of people. But I can still recognize that they're cute. I have eyeballs. Like, don't be stupid. Like, I see all type of cute babies all the time online. I'm like, oh, they're cute. And I just keep scrolling, you know.
imagine when I do have my own child, I will like the child, but I just don't like kids.
Now, in the midst of all these anti-children social media posts, it's creating this brewing war of women who love kids and the ones who hate them.
When do you think you have kids?
I'm not having kids.
What you mean you're not having kids?
I'm not having kids.
That's what you were born there to do.
No, I'm not.
Why would you not want to have kids?
Why would I?
Well, I'm asking you.
I want to have kids. I don't see any benefit.
For giving somebody life?
I hate when people have this goofy ass argument. He needs to be worried about this toupee that's lifting, okay? Because it look like it's about to fall off his damn head. But anyway, the thing is, you act like one woman is responsible for fucking populating the earth. Like, and I understand the birth rate is declining. Sure, that's a collective effort. But don't talk to me about, oh, you're supposed to help populate the earth, or you're supposed to give love. Shut the fuck up. I would do more damage if I forced myself to have a child just to fucking appease y'all people, because I would not be a good mom, because it's not something I want. I don't want a child. I don't want to take care of it. Okay, it's just not something I'm interested in. People need to let that be people's answer instead of like asking them, grilling them, and being like, well, what you mean? Wow, why would you want to do that? Bring life to the world? Shut up. I think it's selfish to bring life in the world when you know you're not a fit parent to raise that child, and you're gonna inflict all this emotional damage onto them and trauma. That's selfish. So people make it seem like you selfish for not wanting kids. It's way more selfish to force myself to have a child, just so I can make y'all happy and help populate the earth. Like, shut up. People get on my nerves with this stupid shit.
You have a kid and your life becomes about the kid. I want my life to be about me.
Oh, you selfish.
That's okay.
I would argue that a lot of people who have children, it's for selfish reasons. What do you hear them say? I want to pass on my genes, and I want to keep my family name alive, and like, these are all selfish reasons. Like, I want to raise a mini me, selfish reasons. Like, what are we talking about? It's all selfish. It's just a different type of selfish.
Why is it such a crime that I don't want children and I do not like children? Whenever I mention online anywhere that I don't like children, I don't want children, I want nothing to do with them, I don't want to be in the same room as a child, people act like I am threatening the entire human race.
I don't be around women who make hating kids their personality.
I do think that's weird as well. I feel like if you are like, oh, I hate children, or like, I will jokingly say it, I feel like people with brains can understand that it's a joke. I lean into a lot of jokes that we have in this community, okay? But I don't like have an aversion to kids. I'm not like, oh my God, there's a child in the room, oh, I hate you. I'm not doing all that. Like, are they my favorite people? No. Because kids usually are unruly, especially little children. They don't understand, they can't communicate well, and they, cry and pee everywhere. So that's just not something I want to be around on a regular basis. But I don't like mind kids. Like, I have some friends who have kids, and it's like, oh, I can recognize their kid is cute. I'll hold their baby. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, stay away, demon. So women who do that, I think you're being extra, and it gives performative. Especially people online who make that their personality, and they're just like, yeah, I just hate all children, and they're the spawn of Satan, and like, you put no extras. And like that one who made the TikTok and felt the need to respond to that lady being like, oh, how can you not have baby fever? She wanted to respond, I don't got baby fever, take your fat baby away. Like, you doing too much at that point. So I do agree that extreme is unnecessary as well. But yeah, I do feel like people just find it strange when you don't just gush over children and think they're the best thing ever, when it's like, not everybody feels that way.
Like, you don't like kids? You don't like babies? That's odd to me. If a kid isn't safe around you, I'm not safe around you.
Y'all see why I say there's two extremes? It's almost like...
And it's like, that's also a wild thing to say, because nobody says they want to hurt the baby. Like, girl, what? It's a baby. Nobody's about to hurt the baby because they don't want a baby. Let me slap your baby upside the head. Like, girl, nobody is saying that. See, this is why I can't stand the internet. People just do extra shit and they perform for clicks and views, and it'd be unrealistic. But like, yeah, her taking it to baby ain't safe around you is crazy.
Can't be in between. You either have your kids and you love them to death, or you have no kids and don't even want to think of the thought of them. And then, right in the middle of that, you have that one group of women who do have the kids, but they hate that they have to take care of them.
I only have one kid because I don't enjoy being a mother. Love my son to death. Absolutely hate the responsibility of being his mom. I take a shower, I gotta give him a shower. I buy me a shoe, I gotta buy him a shoe. I get ready in the morning, gotta get him ready in the morning. Gotta drop him off at school before I go to work. Gotta feed him, clothe him, bathe him.
I love my kids, but I absolutely do not enjoy motherhood. I am always responsible to do everything. The kids' fathers, they help when they want to help. But if it's not convenient for them, then it's left on me.
It definitely does put a bad taste in my mouth, the huge amount of women that basically come online and complain. And I mean, they go in on the fact that they have a child and on the fact that that child needs them.
I hate being a parent.
it's actually disgusting. I don't mind people saying they get tired and they be needing a break and stuff like that, but saying that you hate being a parent is just weird. It's weird because you didn't have to have those kids. Like, I don't know. People like that, I kind of be feeling like would do something to their kids or would abandon or neglect their kids. Like,
I think that's a reach.
That's so trifling to me. We need to stop normalizing stuff like that.
But we can't forget about the other group of mothers. I know there's more. And this is an extreme that no one really talks about. And that's the women who don't just love and chase motherhood. They chase the high that comes before it.
Reasons why I'm obsessed with and want to be pregnant like 1,000 more times.
There are some women who are truly at their happiest when they are pregnant, and it's not necessarily just because, oh, I'm pregnant, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what my body is designed for. Like, there's reasons for this.
There are women who love being pregnant so much that they've been pregnant for years, like 8 years.
I have been pregnant for over 8 years. I have 11 kids. Pregnant with number 12, but I'm telling you, I hate being pregnant. I hate being pregnant. And I know that sounds weird, but I do.
Now, I don't want to question this woman's lifestyle choices, but to say you hate being pregnant and then you're pregnant for almost a decade, I don't know, girl. I'm just connecting the dots as I see them. You're building the puzzle. I'm just putting the pieces together. Now, this is another situation we could look at two sides of. You could see it as, oh, these women love the nature of bringing a child into this world to love and raise. Or you could see it as, oh, these women love the nature of bringing a child into this world, even if it forces the other babies to have to grow up faster than they should.
Mommy is pregnant! Because mommy's pregnant!
They hear me, I said 12 children.
You said 12 children. You guys, yeah, mommy's pregnant. Mommy, you're pregnant. No, Mom, no, Mom, you're gonna have children. Wait, no.
Why you gonna say you can get the pregnant? I'm trying to get a kid. Why do you keep getting pregnant?
It don't have nothing to do with
you always ask me to hold a baby. I'm trying to hold a baby. No, that's actually not. Stop getting pregnant. You always pregnant. You don't watch no kids. Why do you keep having kids?
A lot of older siblings sometimes have to take the role of the parent, even if they don't want to. And while the mom is attending the newborns, the oldest is making...
That also, like, creates resentment amongst your kids sometimes. You know, sometimes when the oldest kid have to take care of the youngest, they start disliking them. Then their relationship don't be the best, even as they get older. It's a thing. Something you should keep in mind.
Lunch and attending temper tantrums all at the same time.
My little brother's trying to get me to carry him. I'm trying to make tortillas for lunch. Keep in mind, instead, his diaper's changed.
I really hate thinking how mean I was to my younger siblings when we were growing up. I was just so mad all the time. I had to become a third parent, right? Like many of us do. And I didn't know how to parent. Like, I didn't know. First of all, it wasn't my job, obviously. Like, I shouldn't have had to learn. I should have just been able to be a child as well.
So while the mom keeps popping out those babies because she loves being pregnant so much, the oldest one is growing up and they're filling in those gaps that the mom doesn't have time for.
I think some moms end up with so many kids because they love the baby stage, but they don't like all the rest of it. And once that baby starts to get out of that baby stage, they start to feel unfulfilled again and they need to fill that void with another baby. It is a cycle and it's kind of sad.
I think we can be pretty honest here. Can't y'all see why some women want to be quote unquote selfish? Bringing a child into this world, to me, isn't something that should be done willy-nilly or when you're not financially or mentally stable. It's a big deal. It's a huge responsibility, but it's also something that a lot of women want and enjoy. But there are a lot of people that can't fathom that.
Just because your parents didn't want you doesn't mean other people don't want theirs. Okay? I need y'all to accept that people want to be parents. They want to have kids. They want to take their kids to soccer games. They want to get up in the morning and cook breakfast for their children. Oh, well, if I had that kind of money, I'd be on vacation. I wouldn't get pregnant. That's so stupid. Do you realize that some people want to have their babies and then, like, take their babies around the world?
So no matter what you want, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, you're gonna be judged. You'll be judged for laying down and having the children. Even if, when they're in those terrible twos and you get overwhelmed, you'll be judged for loving your kids, but hating being a mother and having to take on the responsibility of them.
The moms who say they love their kid but they hate motherhood, how did you know what you were signing up for?
You'll be judged for wanting multiple kids, but not being able to give all of those kids the perfect life. You'll even be judged for wanting help.
If you don't know the possibilities of your chance, the possibility and risk of your kids having Down syndrome, autism, being on the spectrum, cerebral palsy, all the above, do not have kids. And then on top of that, me not having help from nobody, having no support system, nobody. He's with me 24/7.
If you have kids, nobody's obligated to help you. The only person who is obligated to help you is you and that person you had the kid with. Your family, friends, etc., they're not obligated to help you. They don't have to. So for those people who always come on social media complaining about how I don't have a village, my families and friends, they don't help me out with my kid, they're not obligated to help you. They're not. You chose to have that baby, or you have that baby, so it is up to you to make sure that baby's well taken care of.
Generation after generation, women are told that motherhood is natural. It's not easy, but it's rewarding, and it'll make you whole, and it'll make you internally happy. But the minute a mom feels anything other than pure happiness, suddenly she's to blame.
The expectation is that women will be very happy to dedicate their entire selves to their children. Being a woman is considered to be inherently natural. It's not something that any woman should resist. It's part of women's destiny. And when they become mothers, they should happily put the needs and the requirements of their child before themselves, and they should do that without any form of frustration or perhaps upset or perhaps financial hardship or emotional hardship or any sense of resentment about the amount of labour that they are expected to do.
The truth is, motherhood and having kids looks different for everyone. So whether you choose peace or you find peace in having children, you're allowed to build the life that works for you. But also, for that child. Let's not forget that.
Listen, this is a very touchy topic for a lot of people, but ultimately do what's best for you or what you think is best for you, because people can't predict these things. You don't know what it will be like until you actually do it. But just do what you think is best and just try to cope the best way you can. But I do feel for mothers who get really frustrated and depressed and overwhelmed by parenthood. Obviously, I'm sure they go into it knowing that it'll be hard, but you just don't know to what extent until you are in it. So I understand them being frustrated by that, and it's like, well, who do you talk to or tell? Because when you try to voice those frustrations, people look at you sideways and call you a bad parent. Like that's not cool either. So I don't know, but good luck to all these people. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think though, and I'll see you on the next time. Bye.